Welcome, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of Miami Dade and Broward High School baseball. And today we're coming to you from St. Brendan's Field for an early spring matchup between two really good Dade County teams. The visiting team is the Doral Academy Firebirds, and they're led by their head coach, Ralph Suarez. The Doral Firebirds come into the game with 1 win and 1 loss. They did beat American Heritage in the first game of the season, but then dropped a 3-1 game with the Westminster Christian Warriors, and they're looking to bounce back here in this game. Meanwhile, the St. Brendan Sabres, the home team, they're led by their head coach, George Robles, and they got off to a really good start, 3-1 in this early season. Their last victory came 1-0, a complete game shutout by the pitcher who's going today, John Perez, and the pitcher for the Firebirds is the hard-throwing right-hander Marcelo Rodriguez, so we should have a good pitcher's duel for you here today. I'm Uncle Muggs. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play, and next to me today we have a special treat. We have Henry Vilar, and he'll be doing the commentating. I want to thank our sponsor today for making this possible. It's Coach's Corner, the complete printing service. They do screen printing, embroidery, promotional items, shirts, uniforms, you name it. Call our friend Alex Diaz over at the Coach's Corner. We'll be right back with the starting lineups and the defense from Sabre Field right after this. Welcome, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of Miami Dade High School baseball. And today we're coming to you from St. Brendan's Field, home of the Sabres, where we have a great matchup between two really competitive teams, the Doral Academy Firebirds and the Sabres. And we're going to get started right here with the leadoff batter for the Firebirds. He's the UM commit, the third baseman, Gabriel Milano. I'll give you the battery for the St. Brendan Sabres. I can tell you that John Perez is on the mound. Rafael Rizzo's behind the plate, and quickly 1-1 to the third baseman. Okay, we finally got the music turned off, and the count now is 3-1 to this. He's a stud. Next to me is Henry Vilar, the next voice you're going to hear today. Henry is, there's a deep drive, and if it stays fair, it's going to be trouble. It's a foul ball. It's just going to be a big strike from Milano. So next to me today, let's give it a quick hi. There we are. Henry, say hello to all the fans. Henry Vilar, my buddy for a long time, joining me here. And we have a good one, Henry. We're going to have a good matchup. It's a big test for both teams. You know, the St. Brendans want to get put on the map. They want to be in the same conversation as Doral and Belém and Columbus. And Doral's coming in here, you know, with a great reputation. There's a look at John Perez. He's the pitcher. The lefty Milano smokes one into right center. It's going to be a clean base hit, but it goes off of the heel of the glove of the center fielder, Heredia. Jorge throws it in, but not before. A double for the UM commit to start off the game. Gabe Milano. Now batting for the Firebirds, it's a center fielder, George Pardo, with a runner on second and nobody out here in the top of the first inning, and no score from Sabre Field. Pardo, the senior, lifts one up high to the right side, and if there's room, Kevin Leon makes the play for the first out. Towering fly ball. So you're going to, from John Perez today, we're not going to see a lot of lightning fast 98-mile-an-hour stuff, but he's crafty enough to keep his team in the game, and he did just that the other day against the Miami Beach High Tides. He had a 7-inning outing with 1 hit, and they won 1-0 in a tough game against Miami Beach. And that ball's roped to left field. A leaping grab over there by Luchi Nava, and he throws to second to try to double up Milano. What a play by Nava.
Absolutely, what a catch. He just went back on that ball very well, read the fence, and leaped up and made the perfect catch.
And a tip of the cap from Perez. He said to his left fielder, thank you very much. That's what we need here early. What a play. Okay, that's going to bring up the DH, Brian Mesa, a dangerous hitter from the right side. There's an easy ground ball over there to Guzman for the third out. So the Firebirds leave one, they get none, and we head to the bottom of the first inning with no score here from St. Brendan's Field, and we'll be right back on FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of Miami-Dade high school baseball between two really competitive teams, the Doral Firebirds and the Sabres of St. Brendan's. On the mound is Marcelo Rodriguez. He's a senior hard-throwing right-hander from Doral. Head coach Ralph Suarez has put him on the bump here to preserve a win, and that one's fouled into the net. Quickly 1-1. Let me go over the starting lineup for these Sabres. The leadoff batter is the shortstop Diego Alvarez. He'll be followed by the sophomore who made a great play in left field, Luchi Nava. Then it's Kevin Leon batting third. Rafael Rizzo is the fourth batter. John Perez is pitching and batting fifth, and he'll be followed by the third baseman, Giancarlo Guzman Garcia. He's a sophomore. Brandon Roca will be the seventh batter. He'll be followed by Jorge Heredia, the center fielder. Matthew Garcia is batting eighth, and Alex Rizzo is batting ninth, and we should have a good one here today. Next to me is Henry Vilar, and that ball's taken high, and he does throw hard, Henry. I'll tell you what, he does throw a little bit hard. The shortstop's up. He fouls that one back. I'm just going over my playbook real quick. Rizzo and Perez, followed by Giancarlo, Brandon Roca. So the Sabres are batting 10, and boy, I'll tell you what, Henry, he does throw hard. I mean, they weren't lying about Marcelo Rodriguez. He really brings it. He can get it to the plate in a hurry.
No, he's definitely a flamethrower, and Doral's always got a way to get some good pitching on their side.
Turned out to be a nice evening. We're live here on I think, what's this, Instagram? Full count now. We're in the bottom of the second inning. No score here from Sabre Field. You're watching FSPN. I'm Uncle Muggs alongside Henry Vilar. And we're watching a good one between Doral and St. Brendan's. And that's in there for a called strike three. The batter now is the left fielder. They call him Luchi. He's a sophomore. Luchi Nava batting from the left side. He's the left fielder. He made a great play earlier. Things going on, so I'm going to have to get out of Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. We'll catch up with you next time. We expect a pitcher's duel here, Henry. I mean, we got two good pitchers. We got a crafty pitcher in Perez, a flamethrower in Marcelo Rodriguez. And the thing about these flamethrowers, you know, sometimes they have a little bit of an issue trying to find the plate and being consistent.
I can tell you it's a beautiful night to be out here in South Florida watching some good baseball.
And there's a little looper that's hit behind the shortstop, and the center fielder's calling for it. Pardo takes over, and he makes the first out of the inning. Kevin Leon steps into the left side of the batter's box for George Robles. Is sent Brendan Sabres from the left side. Leon's the junior first baseman, tall, lanky, open stance. Rodriguez bounces one in there. 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, and there's no score. The sun is setting here in beautiful Wachete, Florida. 1 ball and no strikes. The Firebirds of Doral are wearing their road gray pants with the red tops with the royal blue letters. And the home team, the Sabres, are wearing the cream white with the dark green, hunter green accents. And they got the tall socks, the old school, they rolled up their pants to their knees, and that looks pretty fresh. I like that look. There's a better look at Marcelo Rodriguez. Hopefully nothing like what we experienced the other night. We saw a real pitcher's duel. It was like a double pitcher's duel in the Matter Florida Christian game. That one's inside, caught, not taken. So a walk to Nava brings up, a walk to Leon brings up Rafael Rizzo with 2 out in the bottom of the second. No score here from Sabre Field. Starts Rizzo off with a ball. Nice night for baseball, a little bit of wind. Temperature must be in the high 70s. The count goes even.
Absolutely beautiful night here in Westchester.
Any wind to speak of is blowing a little bit out to left center, so a ball hit high in the air could travel well.
Any night you could go out in Dade County and come out and watch a pitcher like Marcelo, who's committed to Arizona State University, is a good night of baseball in South Florida.
There's a look at Marcelo there. Hard throwing right-hander. I was talking to Coach Ralph Suarez before the game, and he says he can get it up to 92, 93 miles an hour, and it's got some sink to it. Here's the 1-2. Looked at high to even the count at 2-2. There's a better look at Rizzo. Coach Sebastian in the background. 2-2 with 2 outs. Swung on and missed, and the Sabres leave one. They get none. We head to the top of the second inning with no score here from Sabre Field, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to St. Brendan's Field for FSPN's coverage of Miami-Dade High School baseball at its finest. Some high-level baseball on a Wednesday night. And a beautiful night it is. So no score here. We're heading to the top of the second inning. Fabio Marquez, he's the catcher. He's stepping in the box for these Firebirds. He'll be followed by Gavin Rubacalba, Leandro Hernandez, Joshua Cespedes, and then it's Kobe Carrion. And just like that, John Perez starts him off with a strike. There's a good look at John Perez. That one's lifted to right field, but deep, and going back there is Leandro. And he makes the play for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the round, number 16.
That'll bring up Rabacalba. He's the first baseman. He's a sophomore. I tell you, he's batting from the left side, and you got to be good as a sophomore to start to break the lineup on this team, right, Henry?
Yeah, this is a young kid that came to this program, and this is a young kid that came to the program, and he had outfielders and players like Mikey Torres and other players in the lineup last year, and I liked his makeup. I liked everything about him. I liked how he composed himself. He was probably going to be a starter in any high school in Dade County, and he stuck to the program and to the reputation that our coach here at Doral Firebirds has, and he's earned his spot.
Top of the second inning, no score, 1 out. The crafty right-hander up in the mound, John Perez. Pitched very well last week against Miami Beach. There's a good look at Rubacalba. And that one caught the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the big 6 batter. He'll be facing 6, 7, and 8. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and Jan Perez got to be a little careful here. This guy hit a home run last week to walk off the other day and give Doral Firebirds a win.
And that was a big win for them. They opened the season against American Heritage, a high-ranked team, not only in Dade and Broward, but Florida. Rubacalba takes to even the count, actually 3-1 now. Swinging a foul back by Rubalcaba. Brings the count full.
You know, but taking a look at two coaches here, Ralph Suarez and
there's a ground
George
ball hit
Robles.
slowly over here to Leon. He takes it himself for the second out of the inning, unassisted to the first baseman. That brings up Leandro Hernandez. And he's the right fielder. He's a senior. Big boy from the right side. Leo trying to get something going here against John Perez. And John, the crafty right-hander, pumps one in there, open him up with a strike. One and one. Taken just a little low. Make it 2-1. There's a look at Hernandez. Not sure what the game plan is for head coach Jorge Robles of the San Brendans. Maybe it's nibble away, and don't give him anything good to hit. That one was low, and he's going to be the second base runner in as many innings.
For Doral, Joshua Cespedes.
For these Firebirds, it's going to bring up Cespedes, the left fielder. He's a junior.
We're looking at an up-and-coming program with St. Brendan's, whose Robles has been doing a phenomenal job rebuilding and bringing in young kids and establishing, a program from the ground up. So you got some young guys against some real strong and big guys on the other side, and Jan's those got a little bit more respect than you would for another team. I mean, you're facing probably top 2-3 teams in Dade County right now.
I mean, yeah, for the San Brendan Sabres, I mean, if they lose today, it's no big deal, right? Maybe they were expected to lose. Right? If they win, it's an upset. But if Doral loses, it becomes a really big deal for them because they were expected to come in here and, San Brendan's going to be competitive. But let's face it, I mean, Doral was a favorite coming in here. They've been a powerhouse, and there goes the runner. And that ball's hit in the air. And that's the third out of the inning. So the Firebirds lead one. They get none. We head to the bottom of the second inning with no score here from San Brendan's field. Welcome back to Sabre Field, scoreless game. Bottom of the second, the pitcher's now the batter. John Perez trying to help his own cause here against the hard-throwing right-hander Marcelo Rodriguez.
Ooh, hit by pitch here by the Marcelo hit pitcher Jan Perez. Oh, that seemed to hurt a little bit. Hit by pitch.
So with a runner on first base, pitcher running for himself, number 25, John Perez. It's going to bring up his buddy, the third baseman, Giancarlo Guzman Garcia. He's been hot lately, a sophomore third baseman. John creeps up. First pitch a little high.
Squares up the fake bunt.
Looks like Robles is playing a little small ball here early on the big righty. Third baseman busting in. Third baseman it's now Gabriel Milano. He started at shortstop, but him and Kobe Carrion switched over. The defense is going to be Dylan Price is playing second base. Gavin Rubalcaba. The battery is Marcelo Rodriguez and Fabio Marquez. And here's the 2-0 pitch to Garcia, and it's fouled back. No outs, bottom of the second. No score from Sabre Field. And I'll tell you, this turf looks good. The stadium looks good. Throw back, and it's not in time. The pitcher, Perez, gets back, and he's an athletic guy. I mean, this guy's, he's, thin, but he's wiry. There's a better look at Garcia. Another throw over to first. Nice sunset here in Wachete. That's a bunt. It's going to roll foul. So John's going to come back to first base. There's a better look at the big right-hander for Ralph Suarez's Firebirds. Started off this year beating a good team, so Perez is on first. Rodriguez from the stretch throws over for again.
Yeah, hopefully this won't take a toll on Perez, who's actually got on base with a hit by pitch, and now they've thrown over 3 or 4 times here.
So this is like
apparently he's a threat.
There's strike 3 call to Garcia on a heartbreak call there. It's going to bring up Brandon Roca, the DH. He's a right-handed batter wearing number 27. He has his pitcher on first base in the likes of Perez, and he's facing Marcelo Rodriguez, the big right-hander for Coach Ralph Suarez's Doral Firebirds. There goes Perez, and that's in the dirt, and it's going to get by Marquez. Perez is going to get there very easily, and now the Sabres have a runner in scoring position. They need to capitalize on this, Henry. They need to take advantage of this.
Absolutely. Anytime these guys can play small ball and get ahead, they're going to have to play a perfect game, and Doral's going to have to make some mistakes in order to see the St. Brendan's home team Sabres win this game tonight.
Here's a look at Roca. Looks at one outside for a ball to make it 2-1. Marcus takes a look at Perez at second, looks at him again, comes to the plate and low. A nice block there by Marquez, and Perez has got to scoot back to second base or he's going to be out. So with one out here in the bottom of the second, the 7th batter, Roca, he'll be followed by Jorge Heredia, the center fielder, and then Matthew Garcia. Rodriguez comes from the stretch. He comes set. Roca looks at one that's low and away to fill up the count. Steps off and looks at second base, but Perez gets back. The payoff pitch fouled right over here to us, Henry. You were a good infielder, slappy kind of hitter, not a lot of power back in the 80s.
That's right. Scouted me well. Talking about old timers, we got George Robles and our head coach Ralph Suarez, 2 of the old time.
All right, ball 4 now to Roca. He's going to head down to first, and it's going to bring up the center fielder Heredia. In the box now for the Sabres, it's George Heredia. He's the center fielder. He's a junior, bats from the right side. And he's going to face the fireballer, the hard-throwing Marcelo Rodriguez, with runners on first and second and nobody out.
You got corners in.
The corners are in for the Firebirds. Perez, the pitcher for the Sabres, is on second base. Brandon Roca just drew a walk, and he's on first. The 8th batter's up, Jorge Heredia. And there's one right over here. Henry again.
We got it.
I think you could have backhanded that one. We're going to get you a glove.
What's that old Cuban saying? La bola busca pelotero.
Yeah, we're having fun here bringing you some high school baseball. Thank you for joining us. We're going to go over our schedule. Tomorrow we'll be at Doral's home field to see Mo's Spartans face these very same Firebirds. But right now we're at Doral. We're watching Doral take on St. Brendan's in a Wednesday night game. Rodriguez taking his time. Takes a peek at Perez at second. The 0-2's outside. So it'll bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rodriguez looking for a pitcher's best friend. Heredia looking for a base hit to give his team the lead. Let's see what's going to give here. Matthew Garcia's on deck. That evens the count at 2-2. And Heredia showing a good eye up there in the plate. I told them before the game, you guys need to be patient but aggressive. And they looked at me like, what? I said, yeah, you got to be patient, but when you get your pitch, you got to jump all over it. Oh, okay, I get it now, Uncle Muggs. There's strike 3 looked at. 2 outs now. It's 4 strikeouts now for the big right-hander, Marcelo Rodriguez. 2 outs now, bottom of the second inning, and brings up Matthew Garcia. He's the junior second baseman. He's got runners on first and second. John Perez, the pitcher's in scoring position. First ball swinging and a little nubbler over to first base, and it's just going to be foul, just to the right side of the bag. There's a good look at Garcia.
That was Marcelo's 45th pitch.
He's been having to labor here a little bit.
Well, these guys are battling, They're not taking big swings. They're taking short, compact swings, trying to just barrel up, make them work, trying to get them tired. Those are the types of things you got to do when you face a big guy like this throwing 92 miles an hour.
The 0-1 is swung on and missed by Matthew Garcia. Now he's in the hole 0-2. Might have had a little play on. Ralph Suarez had Rubalcaba come in behind the runner, and end of the day, nothing happened. But here's the 0-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. A base hit will get the Sabres a run. And he stays alive. Just got a piece of it. And I want to thank head coach George Robles and his assistant Sebastian Fernandez for letting us being out here today. This is a great night for baseball. A tremendous venue. The 0-2 to Garcia is a little grounder, hit past the mound over to second base. Dylan Prince gets it and make the third out, and the Sabres leave 2. They get none, and we head to the top of the third with no score from St. Brendan's Field, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Sabre Field, where it's a scoreless game, top of the third inning between the Doral Firebirds and the home team, the St. Brendan Sabres. On the mound is John Perez for these Sabres. So far, he's only given up 1 hit to the leadoff batter, the UM commit, Gabriel Milano. And he'll be facing the last batter, Colby Carrion. They're going to recycle the lineup, and it'll be Milano and George Pardo, followed by Brian Mesa. And he's a crafty right-hander. He's not going to super overpower you, but he'll keep you in the ball game.
Yeah, and Kobe's the younger brother of Jordan Carrion, who also played here at Doral Academy.
There's a swing and a miss.
Probably be the better one of the 3. Isn't it always the youngest one?
That's right. And I heard.
And his brother's pretty. Can't say it on air. Pretty good.
Strike 3 called. Another one looking. Big strikeout there for John Perez. It's going to bring up the University of Miami commit, the third baseman. You can catch him at shortstop on occasion. Gabriel Milano from the left side, a dangerous hitter. Perez has got to be really careful with him. Starts him off with a ball low. That's popped up to the left side. They're going to run out of room, and it's just going to be a big strike.
Beautiful job St. Brendan's done here with this facility, both the baseball field, the track behind us, the football field. I mean, this program has come a long, long way in sports, and it's always had a great education.
2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out.
I mean, can you believe it? We're playing under the lights.
Under the lights in St. Brendan's.
Westchester. And right behind us, we got old Christopher Columbus with lights as well. You imagine us, what we would have packed in back in the days?
Oh, God. He is being a little careful with Milano. He walked him there. He doesn't want to give up any big hits. So with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning, the Firebirds are going to get a base runner, and they're going to bring up George Pardo, the center fielder, with 1 out. Pardo, the right-handed batter. Oh, Milano takes a big secondary lead. I mean, a big, big secondary lead there. I wouldn't be surprised if Rizzo does a snapback, throws behind. And there's a throw over to first. One out, top of the 3rd inning. There's no score.
Pardo's a Palm Beach State commit. So there's a guy who's going to take that type of angle, and with everything going on today.
Another throw over to first base. Leon puts the tag on him. Another one taken. 2 balls now. The strike taken. 2 and 1, 1 out, top of the 3rd. Milano's on first. No score here. And that's going to be ball 4.
Now batting for the round number 23, Brian Mesa.
Mesa's going to come up. He's the 3rd batter, followed by Dylan Prince. Back-to-back walks is going to promote a visit to the mound, and we're going to be right back right here on FSPN right after this. Thanks for watching, everyone. After a brief mound visit from assistant coach, from pitching coach Sebastian Fernandez, we get back to action with 2 Firebirds on base. John Perez hits one, and that one slowly hit the second base, and they're going to look to get to it. Hits the ground, but they only get the middle runner on a slowly hit looper there to the infield. That was kind of weird. I mean, nobody caught it in the air.
It looked like it was a fly ball, ground out. You know, he was letting it drop. Didn't know if it was going to be called. Turned to second, tried to turn a double play. I think if it would have thrown to 3rd, we would have gotten Milano turning 3rd base.
So fielder's choice there. Cuts down Pardo going to 2nd. Milano heads to 3rd. Mesa's going to be on first base, and it's going to bring up Dylan Price. He's a second baseman. He had 2 hits the other day. He gets a curveball for the first pitch. And that's down low for ball 1. So runners in the corners now. 2 outs. Top of the 3rd. He takes that one for a strike. Good pitch there by Perez. I think he took a little off that one. Challenged him inside. The 4th batter, the senior for these Firebirds. Another one in the dirt. And a nice block back there from his guy Rizzo, Rafael Rizzo.
Yeah, we got Jan Perez now up to 44 pitches. Top of the 3rd.
It's more economical than Rodriguez. That swung on and hit high and deep in the left center field, and that could be trouble. Off the screen, and they're going to call it a home run here. Dylan Price gets a hold of one. He hits a 3-run bomb, and it's going to make the score 3-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning for the visiting team, the Firebirds. Boy, he got a hold of that one, and he put that one right into the screen. Not a very big park here. Henry, let's slow it down and take a look at that swing again. Perez just leaves too much of the ball out over the plate, and Dylan is able to extend his arms and launch one into left center field.
Yeah, 2 outs, 2-1 count. I mean, hitters being aggressive, looking for a pitch down the middle. He had situations with men on second and third. And so, you know, you had to be a little bit more careful, keep the ball away from him. You had first base open and maybe go on to the next batter, you know, but you couldn't throw that pitch right down the middle.
So brings up Fabio Marquez. He's the catcher, bats from the right side. He's a senior. Well, that's tough luck there for John. You know, like he said, first base was open.
Just be a little bit more careful. You know, you got pitches to work with. It was only 2-1. Now let's see how the youngster, although he's a junior, how he composes himself on the mound here.
Even though that was a nice shot, but I think maybe in another ballpark that might have been a stand-up double. But here at San Brendan's, it's a yard. And there's a strikeout for Perez, so the Birds get 3, they leave none. And we head to the bottom of the third, and your score is 3-0 here from San Brendan's Field, and you're watching FSPN with Henry Vilar and Uncle Muggs. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN coverage of high school baseball, brought to you by Coach's Corner, their complete printing service for screen printing, embroidery, promotional items, uniforms, you name it. Call our friend Alex Diaz at Coach's Corner. What a game here between the Firebirds, led by head coach Ralph Suarez, and George Robles and his Sabres, 3-0. As we head into the bottom of the third, Alex Rizzo, the last batter, is up to bat right now. He'll be followed by the leadoff batter, the junior Diego Alvarez. Then it's Luchi Nava and Kevin Leon, and they're going to have to get the chipping hammers away and start chipping away at this 3-0 lead here. And there's a good look at the right fielder. Rodriguez is still on the mound. That evens the count at 1-1. That was a blast, Henry. I mean, he hit that one pretty good. It was on a line. It wasn't your typical, you know, big giant home run, but he hit it hard enough.
Yeah, definitely. That was it. Looked like it's 330, 340 feet over that fence there in right center. It was more towards right center field. So we're working on the dimensions of the field.
Rizzo takes another ball high to make it 2-1. Did you get a tape measure and run out there between innings and measure that? How'd you get so accurate on that?
Yeah, we got our ways. You know, we got people all the time telling you how short pace is, or how short Westminster is, or how short Doral pace is. So we got to bring out our little technology and, you know, quiet some people down.
Full count to Rizzo. Vilar, the technology man. I never would have thunk it. All right, here's the payoff pitch from Rodriguez. And there's a little number that's hit over to second base. He's got to come in hard on it. And he just throws it away. Dylan Price had a bare hand that one. We're going to give Rizzo an infield hit on that one.
That was Diego Alvarez, who actually hit a one bouncer over to second base, little dribbler, and with his speed was able to beat it out. Okay. Second baseman had no chance there.
You're right. Now batting, it's Lucci. Nava's batting now. Lucci, the sophomore.
Ball one, up and high.
He made a great play in the first inning. There's a look at Rizzo. I'm sorry, the look at Alvarez. Alvarez, Rodriguez, Nava. And a snapback throw. It's not in time. Alvarez gets in there. And if he's your typical leadoff batter, I'm going to assume that Alvarez has a little bit of speed. He's got that sliding mid on, so he won't jam his fingers. And I think Robles might get him going here to get that run back, to get one of those runs back. Squares to bunt, takes high.
Tell you what, this Doral team is a very physical-looking team. As I look around the infield and the outfield, they're just some big boys.
You're right, some athletic dudes, and here comes Marcus to talk to his pitcher Rodriguez, and the umpire breaks that party up real quick. Runner on first. Bottom of the third inning, 3-0 score on a blast. Off the bat of Dylan Prince. He's been hot lately. Nava makes the count 3-1.
See you.
And the only score in this ball game has been a 3-run blast off the bat of Dylan Prince, and now Ralph Suarez, the head coach, comes out and talks to his pitcher. After a brief mound visit from pitching coach Williams DeRuthi, he leaves his starter in there. They have runners on first and second with nobody out. Let's see if Firebirds bring the infield in. Let's see if Robles gets somebody in motion, but the third batter swings mightily. Kevin Leon, the junior from the left side. Rodriguez, a hard thrower. Nice crowd out here because it's a beautiful night for baseball. It's the best time of year to be in Miami. Nice weather. That's why all the snowbirds come down here. Pitch and foul back out of play. There's a runner on first base. It's Nava. Alvarez on second. Inside, looked at for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Third batter, Kevin Leon up. 2-2 swung on in the dirt. That could have been out of the strike zone. He chased that one. There's going to be one out here. 2 outs. Strikeout for Leon. There'll be 1 out here. It's going to bring up the catcher, Rafael Rizzo, for these Sabres, with a legit chance to score here. Inside for a ball to Rizzo, the catcher. 3-0, bottom of the third at Sabre Field. Marcelo Rodriguez, the hard-throwing right-hander, pumps one in there for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Sabres trying to get some run support for John Perez, their starter. And another ball can load the bases. Rodriguez comes home, and Marquez tried to frame that one, but now the count goes 3-1. And it looks like Rodriguez is trying to press a little bit too much.
Yeah, this is a big inning here for Marcelo to keep everything under control. Right now, men on first and second with 1 out, 3-1 count.
Fourth batter, Rizzo. He'll be followed by John Perez. He's the pitcher. He's sitting there on deck licking his chops for a chance to come up to bat to help his own cause. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Now this is getting exciting here, Henry. It's a full count. Sabres on second and first base. Their fourth batter up. Now we'll do it again.
Here's where the veteran Marcelo has to just take control and take care of the batter right here. Not worry so much about the runners.
The payoff pitch is inside, and they're going to be full of Sabres for John Perez. The batter is John Perez. He's the starting pitcher. We got a courtesy runner. They came in for Rizzo, the catcher now, and there's bases loaded here in the bottom of the third inning with a 3-0 ball game in favor of the visiting Doral Firebirds, and they have the corners in. And the first pitch is swung on and hit foul to the right side. So a quick strike to Perez. He swung a little late on that one. One out here. Alvarez got a base hit in the infield hit. Nava got a base. They got walked. Leon struck out. Rizzo walked. And here's Perez with a chance, and that's a nice hard throw there by Rodriguez, but just a little bit outside.
Yeah, good take, good eye. This guy right here,
I think Bauza came in as a courtesy runner. That ball swung on and hit foul. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the pitcher, number 25, JP, John Perez. Base hit will get him a couple runs and get him a little bit closer. Peck away at this 3-0 Firebird lead.
help out his own cause. Stay short, make good contact.
The 1-2 is outside to even the count at 2.
Situation like this, you're looking to barrel up the ball hard. Let them supply the power.
Just hit it hard somewhere.
He's supplying the power, just barrel it up.
He's a junior, so we have one more year of John Perez. Here's Rodriguez from the stretch, bases loaded. The 2-2 hit foul back by John Perez. We'll do it all over again.
He's battling. Still got a lot of game left here, but this would definitely help out to bring this game to within 1 or 2 runs here. Try to get this inning 1 or 2 runs right here.
The lights are on here at St. Brendan's Field. A beautiful night for baseball. Here's the 2-2, and it's taken high and inside. An easy take for Perez when it almost hits you in the chin.
Oh, remember, he got hit last at bat in the middle of the rib cage, which may have affected his last inning, and maybe that's where he got it high in the pitch count. And now they're coming on him inside again.
The payoff pitch, and there's a line drive, and it's going to get into the corner in right field. One runner's going to score, another run is going to score, and we're going to have Sabres in the corner, and 2 runs are going to come in for the Sabres thanks to the pitcher, John Perez, helping his own cause.
What an at-bat, and what did we just talk about? Staying short, you know, let the pitcher supply the power, and great approach there by John Perez, letting the pitcher supply power and basically just using all field with a line drive to right field down the line.
What do you got, a crystal ball out here, Henry? You called that one. To stay short, he stayed short, a compact swing, put it in the corner. It's 3-2 now. We got a great ball game now in our hands.
Oh, that's where you give credit to guys like Robles. They know they're facing Goliath and they're doing all the small things right, trying to keep the errors to a minimum and trying to stay in this game as long as they can, see if they could create an upset.
1 out, Rizzo's on third. There goes John Perez. He's going to take that one. Garcia's going to take it for a strike. Perez is going to make it into second base easily. And now a base hit will give you the lead.
Here we are in the same situation that Jan Perez was in, but now with Marcelo. First base open.
Brandon Roca's on deck. He holds off of that. The pitch is in the dirt or in the turf. Marquez makes a nice stop back there. Runners in scoring position for the home team. You could tell the crowd is getting into it.
Yeah, we got a packed house here at St. Brendan's.
And we're into it. We're so glad we can bring you this coverage of high school baseball and FSPN, folks. Remember to subscribe and follow us. Good block again by Marquez. You're listening to Uncle Muggs in the play-by-play, and it's Henry Vilar. It's Vilar, right? Because, I mean, a lot of people say Villar.
Yeah, they use that double L.
But it's just 1 L, right?
Vilar,
You couldn't afford the second L?
Vilar,
You just got that 1 L.
Vilar, yeah.
Okay. Having fun, man. I'm glad you guys could join us. You know, St. Brendan's, it's been 10 years since they won a district championship. You know, there's been a big drought here, but I think this is the team, this is the year that they're going to turn things around.
Yeah, if I recall back, that was back when Joe Kubas was the high school coach here.
Oh,
maybe right, maybe wrong.
Called a strike by the umpire. Garcia didn't like that call. Giancarlo looked back at him like saying, come on, brother, really? You called that one?
Remember the name Jerry Downs, graduated from here and played first base at St. Brendan's.
The 2-2 from Rodriguez. Swung on and missed for strike 3, so now there's 2 outs. Brandon Roca steps into the box. He walked in his early at-bat. He's the DH. He's a senior. He'll be facing Rodriguez. Swings at the first pitch. Boy, Rodriguez got a violent delivery. I mean, he uses everything. I mean, he got glove flying, legs flying all over the place, and the ball gets on you in a hurry. Aggressive swing there. 0-2. 2 outs. Bottom of the third and a 3-2 ball game. We got us a good ball game. That one's hit. Slicing foul out of play.
Yeah, that last hitter, Giancarlo, I'm sure Robles will tell him, hey, you know, we could have had a ground ball. Bring in another run. Sacrifice yourself.
Firebirds have someone warming up in their bullpen. The 2-2, and there's a line drive. It gets past Dillon, and it's going to score 1 run, and we're going to have a play at the plate. And no, he's going to hold him up at third, but we're going to have a tie game. That's what we're going to have because that's an RBI by Brandon Roca. What a great 2-out hit that was by Brandon Roca with an RBI. The pitcher Perez makes his way to third base, so now runners in the corners with 2 outs. And a tie ball game in the bottom of the third inning. And they got somebody warming up already in the Doral bullpen in the third inning, so they might chase the starter. Swung on a foul ball. Good piece of hitting. Roca was patient. He put it right back up the middle. Scored 1 easy. Good job by George Robles to hold Perez. I think they would have got him at home. The count evens at 1-1. That one's called a strike on the outside corner, and that evens the count. If I were Roca, I would take off for second right now. The 1-1, and it's lifted to right field, but it's hooking foul, and it's going to hit the fence. So JP will go back on the mound with a fresh start. And his team was able to peck away, and we got a new ball game here. Rodriguez still the pitcher. The 1-2 swung on in the dirt. It's going to be strike 3. The Sabres are going to leave 2, but they're going to get 3, and we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning with your score tied right here at Sam Brendan's Field, and you're watching FSPN.
Hello, my name is Mike Silvestri of Florida Diamond Recruiting Services. We're a full-service baseball recruiting consulting service for high school baseball players and their families. We also assist with junior college transfers and 4-year transfer portal players. Our staff is over 150 years in the game today, consisting of full-time Major League Baseball scouting experience, both head high school and head college coaching experience, along with professional coaching and professional playing experience. Our unique ability to consult, evaluate, project, and network has allowed our families to achieve a 100% placement and offer rate to date. Come see us Sunday, February 23rd at the beautiful 365 hitting facility in Miami, Florida at 1 p.m. for a free recruiting seminar. We will touch on the topics such as the rules changes over the last year or 2 in college baseball recruiting, roster limitations, NIL deals, the transfer portal, and all the factors that affect today's high school baseball player looking to play college baseball. Visit us at www.floridabaseballrecruiting.com to learn more about who we are and the different types of packages that we offer to fit everyone's needs and budgets. Consult, evaluate, project, and network. Continue the dream. Florida Diamond Recruiting Services.
Welcome back to Sabre Field, where we have a tie ball game. In the top of the third, the Firebirds put 3 on the home team, and the home team said, we coming back. We're going to put 3 of our own, and we're tied at the top of the 4th inning right now. The first baseman, Gavin Rubalcaba, he's up for the Firebirds. He'll be followed by Leandro Hernandez. Then it's Joshua Cespedes and Kobe Carrion, just in case anybody gets on. On the bump is the starter. He's a dog. JP, not scared of anybody. You know, when he gets between the lines, he's a different person. If you catch John Perez outside the lines. This guy will make you crack up. One of the funniest guys out here. And gets in between the lines and forget it. He turns into somebody else, and you're not going to get a hit off this guy. I mean, he's super competitive. He's not going to give up anything. All right, Rubalcaba steps into the back. There's a drive in left field, and it's hooking to the left side. Nava's coming back, and another excellent defensive play from Luigi Nava. First out of the inning. Leandro Hernandez steps into the box. He got walked his last time up. He's a senior. He's a right fielder for these Firebirds. And there's a slider, I think, or a 12-6 breaking ball. Started him off with a ball. It's a strike, though, so it evens the count. To the right fielder, Hernandez. There's another off-speed pitch. It's the Firebirds against the home team in a Westchester matchup. A beautiful night for baseball. 1-2, just missed. Top of the fourth in a tie game. Next to me is Henry Vilar with 1L. There's a ground ball, and it's hit to the shortstop, Alvarez. He comes up with it, shoots over to Leon, and he gets the second out of the inning.
Love everything about that little kid, about that Alvarez kid. Guy catches, plays pitcher, he plays short. A lot of ability there. Those are the type of guys that aren't big showcase guys. But, man, when you see him play, you just want to have him be one of the 9.
You know, I'd rather have 9 Alvarezes than 1 stud and 8 okay players.
Absolutely.
Perez trying to have a shutdown inning after his team put up 3 on the board for him, and he helped his own cause. Brandon Roca comes up with a huge hit. Heads up. Thumbs up to the DH, Roca. That was a 50-foot curveball there by Perez. Two balls, no strikes. Swung on and missed by the left-handed batting Cespedes, and it'll bring the count to 2-1 in a tie game. Top of the fourth inning. Brandon Roca. 2 outs. Here's a chance for Perez to retire the side in order. That one's hit lazily to the left side.
Getting that clutch base hit, being on base, running around, coming back and keeping the pitch count low in this inning.
Technically, that wasn't an error, though, but, I mean, it should have been caught. Here's the payoff pitch. It's up high. Wow, and that's a bad break there. So the top of the fourth inning. Quick 2 outs. Hey, there's a strike. He needed that one. Cespedes is on first base with 2 outs, and we're in the top of the fourth inning in a tie game from San Brendan's. The starter, John Perez, is battling out there. He's trying to get through this Firebird lineup for the 3rd time.
Yeah, well, here we are on the top of the 4th, and this is the 68th pitch.
Dylan Price got him for a 3-run shot, but his team was able to peck away and tie it up in the bottom of the 3rd with a 2-out, with a 2-run hit off of his bat. Then it was Brandon Roca. And that one's lined to left field. If it stays fair, it's trouble, and it's a fair ball. There goes Cespedes. The speedy carry-on's going to come into second base standing up, and we're going to have runners on 2nd and 3rd. And boy, that catch over at 3rd is starting to loom kind of big here. We're going to have a little mound visit here, and we're going to have a little meeting. Sebastian Fernandez, the pitching coach, and I think that's going to be it for John Perez. And it sure is. He's shaking hands, but he deserves a good one. He battled against a very, very explosive Firebird lineup. And we're going to be right back with a new pitcher here from Sabre Field. Anything you want to add, Henry?
Yeah, I mean, John Perez, 3 innings, 3.2 innings, 3 hits, allowed 3 runs. He had 3 errors, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. I mean, he threw 68, 70 pitches and 37 of them for strikes. So he did a good job of holding the team and keeping it close here. Let's hope that that bullpen can come in and hold it the rest of the way, and they can get some runs here on the board.
We're going to come back to the top of the fourth inning right after this. You're listening to Uncle Muggs and Henry Vilar. You're watching FSPN, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We're doing it Westchester style. We're in St. Brendan's, where the Firebirds are taking on the Sabres, and Jordan Tamargo is the new pitcher now for the Firebirds. He's taking over for Marcelo Rodriguez, who was very, very effective in his start. Marcelo recorded 7 strikeouts in 3 innings, and we're in the bottom of the fourth inning in a tie game. Your batter for these scrappy Sabres, it'll be Brian Mesa. Sorry, it'll be Matthew Garcia. I apologize for that. Matthew Garcia. Then it's Alex Rizzo, and it'll be the leadoff batter, Diego Alvarez, the shortstop. Garcia grounded to second base his last time up, and it's a tie game. Beautiful night for baseball. The right-handed throwing Tamargo gets one in there. The Sabres trying to get the base runner on, the leadoff man on here. And that's a foul ball, and it has room. Marcus comes over by the dugout, and he makes the play. Diego Alvarez is the batter now, the leadoff, the shortstop, the junior for these Sabres. In a tie game, bottom of the fourth. Worth the price of admission so far, Uncle Muggs and Henry Vilar. We're bringing you Sabres and Firebirds. On the mound is Tamargo, and it's no balls and 1 strike, 1 out. There's Alvarez batting from the right side. Tamargo from the stretch, and that ball's lined into center field. Pardo's there to get it. The lefty trying to get something going here for his home team. The 0-2 swung on and just got a piece of it, fouled it straight back. Lucci looking for a hit here. Off-speed pitch and just barely got a piece. Dylan Price hit a 3-run home run at the top of the third. Put the Firebirds up, but then the home team, the Sabres, answered with 3 of their own. A goose egg for the Firebirds in the top of the fourth. Tamargo's the new pitcher, and that's where we are right now. Uncle Muggs and Henry Vilar.
Yeah, pretty impressive at bat by the 2027 Luciano Nava. Showing some composure there at the plate.
Good eye there by Nava. Fills up the count, 3-2. So he was down 0-2, and now he's battled to 3-2.
You know, you got to admire these programs that look for the competition and try to get their teams ready for the playoffs. These are the type of games that will get you ready for that.
There's a 2-out, 2-strike. Nice job of hitting the other way. Good piece of hitting, Luigi Nava. Tamargo's the pitcher. The batter's the junior, Kevin Lowe. He struck out his last time up and walked the first one. Who's that courtesy runner?
I think that's Andres Martin, 2027.
Martin on first for the Sabres with 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth. They're looking for a 2-out rally. Tamargo throws one into the dirt. Marcus with a nice stop back there, avoiding the runner to advance. Oh boy, I wish I was a Sabre. There's a look at foul ball there. Jordan Tamargo. Tamargo with Martin on first. Throws that one high. Look, bottom of the fourth. The home team is batting. Swing and a miss. And the Sabres leave one. They get none. We are tied here at Sabre Field. We head to the top of the 5th inning. And you're watching FSPN. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network, Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. Today, we have a good one for you with the Doral Firebirds visiting the St. Brendan Sabres. And it is a 3-3 game as we head to the top of the fourth inning. And the Firebirds are going to bring up their 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the likes of Brian Mesa, Dylan Price, and Fabio Marquez. Then it's the sophomore Gavin Rubalcaba, and they're going to be facing the left-hander Luigi Nava. First pitch is in the dirt for a ball.
And we'll be hearing a lot about this kid, Brian Mesa. He's got a lot of upside, big 6'2", 6'3" kid.
Yeah, he's just a freshman and he's 6'2".
Third.
You're a third stick on a high-powered team like the Firebirds, and that shows you why. And there's a shot that could be in the gap. It gets between Heredia and Matthew, and he slips coming around first base. Might have been this turf. It's just going to be a big base hit.
Oh, it was a big aggressive turn. He was definitely looking for 2 there, and it looks like his feet got in from under him, and can't say it wasn't the turf.
So no outs, a runner on first. Solid base hit by that the freshman.
And Francois is another young guy in the program that's been around Ralph Suarez. And
so Dylan Prince has all the runs for the Firebirds. He hit a 3-run shot in the third inning, And he brought in Milano and Brian Mesa that were on base. That's all the runs that they have here. Nice off-speed pitch there.
And we did take
Nava.
out that measuring tape. We measured 345 on that home run by him in the third inning.
Prince is the senior, 5'11", 180. And there's a drive in the left field, and the new left fielder comes up with it. What a catch. I think that was
Robbed him of a base hit right there.
That was Matthew Garcia who moved out to play left field. Fabio Marquez is the batter with 1 out. The pinch runner Francois is on first. The left-handed pitcher Nava, and he throws to first. There's a good look at that. He picked him off, and now we're in a rundown. And Martin's out. They're calling for a balk, but the umpire calls him out, so there's 2 outs. That erases that runner. And we're going to have 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning in a 3-3 ball game. Nice pickoff move there by Nava. It's going to bring up the 5th batter, Fabio Marquez. He's the catcher.
Now
Fly ball to Matthew in left field ends the inning. The Birds are going to leave none. They get none. We head to the bottom of the 5th in a tie game here in Sabre Field. And you're watching FSPN with Uncle Muggs and Henry Vilar. Welcome back to a great ball game. Bottom of the 5th inning. The Firebirds taking on the Sabres. Both of them looking to advance this year. We have 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for the home team here in the bottom of the 5th. It's Rizzo, John Perez, and Giancarlo Guzman Garcia. And they'll be followed by Brandon Roca, who's been on fire lately. First pitch is called a strike.
back to how that inning ended, that lefty freshman Nava with a great move to first base on the pick.
There's a drive in the right field, but it looks like it's playable. And right at the warning track, Leandro Hernandez makes the play. The batter's number 25, the junior. The pitcher, John Perez. He already has a hit here and 2 RBIs. And in a 3-3 ball game, he swings at the first pitch, trying to get things going for his team. Low and away, makes it 1 ball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
And his pitching staff not afraid to throw inside, which is a big attribute here to young high school teams like this.
check swing. Checks with the umpires, 3-1. And that's a lot better than being 2-2. There's a look at JP. I want to ask him later what it's like to be a pitcher and a hitter on the same team. There's a swing and a miss.
Wind that stance up a little bit and just make some good barrel contact like he did the last at bat.
They'll take the walk. Runners on first base with 1 out. Giancarlo Guzman Garcia, the third baseman, the sophomore's got a chance to make a little noise here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning in a tie game from St. Brendan's Field. Tamargo's still on the mound. And there's a shot right at the second baseman. He's going to get doubled up. And there's 2 outs now. Actually, that's the end of the inning. So the Sabres leave 1, they get none, and we head to the bottom of the 5th with it scored 3-3. And you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball, Miami-Dade style, and more specifically, Huechete. We're in St. Brendan's to see the Firebirds take on the Sabres. I'm Uncle Muggs, and alongside me is Henry Vilar.
Yes, sir, and thank you for having me here tonight. Beautiful night here in Westchester, Florida. Under the lights. It's ball 1 on Ruvalcaba.
Gavin Ruvalcaba, the first baseman. He's only a sophomore.
A name we're going to be hearing a lot about.
So he flied out to left field, grounded to third base, and he's facing the left-hander once again, Luigi Nava. Love coming here. This is a great place to watch a baseball game. Nava's pitch is taken for a strike. The full count. Swung on. We'll do it all over again.
Oh, that was a big hack. 3-2. Definitely trying to hit it out of the ballpark here.
No outs. Top of the 6th inning. Tie ball game.
Ooh.
Called strike 3. Late call from the umpire. Down to business because it's a tie game. Leandro Hernandez is up. He's a big right-hander. He swings right through that one. The count is 1-1 with 1 out. And we are in the top of the 6th inning in a very exciting game. Nava, the left-hander. Leo takes high. Luchi Nava facing Leandro. Off-speed pitch, and it's lifted high into left field. And if that's Matthew Garcia out there, he just made a play for the first time. So 2 outs now for the young left-hander who's been holding his own, Henry. I mean, can't ask for anything else. And there's one hit high and deep to center field. He runs over. He makes the play, but he runs into the makeshift net out there. And they're going to say he was out. What a catch by the center fielder, George Herrera. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning in a tie score from St. Brendan's Field, where Brandon Roca just grounded out, and now it's the center fielder, Jorge Heredia, who just made a spectacular play in center field to end the previous inning. Tamargo's still on the mound. There's Heredia. That ball's fouled. There's another strikeout. It's going to bring up Matthew Garcia now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 quick outs here for St. Brendan's against Tamargo. Tamargo's been pretty effective in relief of the starter. That was Marcelo Rodriguez, the hard-throwing right-hander. He collected 7 strikeouts. So far, Tamargo has 1. There's a hard hit ball, but caught by the first baseman, Ruvalcaba, and that's going to end the inning. Nothing across the board. We head to the top of the 7th, and your score is 3-3 from St. Brendan's Field, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to another excellent game right here on FSPN between the visiting Firebirds of Doral and the home team, the San Brendan Sabres. The Sabres are continuing with their left-handed pitcher, Nava. Luigi Nava started playing left field, made a couple great grabs out there, and now he's pitcher now. He'll be facing a tough lineup. He'll start off with Kobe Carrion, who already has a double in today's game. First one is a ball looked at by Carrion. He'll be followed by the commit, Gabriel Milano. After Milano, it's George Pardo in center field. Boy, if these Sabres pull this one off, it's going to be in probably walk-off fashion, because we're heading now to the top of the 7th inning, and it's a tie game. This is a big out here, Henry. He's got to get this out because he's got the big dog coming up after him.
Yeah, he's facing a very experienced Carrion, I can tell you that, in junior year. Very good prospect. It's going to be looked at by a lot of colleges that are going to want this guy playing for him.
3-1 to the shortstop Carrion. That one's lined in the left field. If it's fair, it's trouble, but it's just
very promising future for this young lefty and the St. Brendan Sabres program.
There's ball 4. Something you don't want to do is walk the leadoff guy here.
Being visitors, we got to score more than one, so let's get a rally started. Let's drive one in the gap.
Carrion's on first base. There's a look at Kobe there. Big swing and a miss.
I'll tell you what, this lefty is good. Forget the freshman title.
Didn't miss by much. Count goes to 3-1. Got a good move to first. And there's back-to-back walks. We're going to have a meeting on the mound. Pitching coach is going to take the ball from Lava. We're going to be right back here on FSPN with more high school baseball. And welcome back. We have a pitching change here in the top of the 7th with 2 Firebirds on. The new pitcher was the third baseman, Giancarlo Guzman Garcia. There's no outs. Top of the 7th. They're asking him to come in and shut the door here. And he's just a sophomore. Good thing is, for years to come, this San Brendan's team's going to be good. The corners come crashing in. Pardo takes. Second batter. The third batter will be Mesa. Pardo squares off again. This time he lays one down third base side, and it just squibbles foul.
Oh, bunting's a lost start nowadays with that exit velo and everybody swinging up and strikeouts up.
Here's Guzman Garcia, and he hits one, and it's a number foul. Tomorrow, we're going to catch South Ridge over at Doral Academy Field, and that should be a good one. We got a good one here, Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot bigger barn burner than I expected tonight. You know, top-ranked team in the state and probably nationally across the country.
If San Brendan's can manage to squeeze out a victory here, you're going to have to include them in the same sentence as Belém, Columbus, Florida Christian, Doral. You're going to have to include those Sabres in that conversation.
Oh, they're not. Listen, they're not far from it. Every year they're getting better and better. Their facility is outstanding. Robles is old school coach. Played at the University of Miami from Puerto Rico, native of Puerto Rico. Has a lot of professional coaching experience in professional baseball, along from his minor league career. So it's just a matter of time before he gets in the right guys and the right fit for this type of program to take him to the next level.
You're watching FSPN. The voice you're hearing is Henry Vilar. He's our guest commentator today. He's doing the color, and he's doing a great job. You're welcome back anytime. I know you got to travel tomorrow, but next time we have one in your neighborhood here, you're welcome to throw the headset on and jump on here whenever you like.
I appreciate that.
We have a good one at 3-3, top of the 7th. Runners on first and second for these Doral Firebirds. Giancarlo fires. That ball swung on and rocketed into right center. It looks like it's going to be trouble. It's going to one hop the fence. Kevin Leon's going to get it. He throws it in, but not before 2 runs come across the board. And the Firebirds are up 5-3 on the home team. There's nobody out with a runner on second, and the likes of George Pardo with 2 RBIs, and it's going to bring up the third batter, Brian Mesa, who ropes one, and there could be a play at the plate here. Here's the throw from the outfield, and he's going to be in there.
And the freshman responds with a line drive over second base to bring in that run from second base.
Heredia with a weak throw from the outfield, doesn't make it in time.
Doral scores another run.
It goes 6-3 now. So I'm gonna nominate him for a FSPN award, and that's the award that we're coming up next month. We're gonna really showcase. Wow, that bat goes flying. Dylan Prince let it go. So we're going to have the ESPYs, Henry, and we're going to have the Player of the Year, Senior Player of the Year, Junior, Sophomore. We're going to have a team trophy, and these are going to be some nice awards that the kids are going to get, and we're going to get a couple sponsors to help us with that. I know Florida Diamond Recruiting is going to give us a hand with that. We're going to make them over in Casa Faroy, and it's going to be a nice thing for these kids.
Uncle Muggs always doing great things for the community, and it's a great thing that,
there's one that's smoked in the left field. Garcia goes all the way to the wall, makes the play right at the base of the wall for a big first out. Now he really needed that. He's a right-handed hitter. Thank you for those kind words, Henry. And I'm having fun doing this, believe me. On my regular job, it's not as fun as this. So this is my release. This is how I have fun. And if I can give these kids the exposure, I mean, the D1 guys, they're going to find them. Even if they play under a rock, they could play in Alaska. They're going to come out and find them. It's the guys that are Division III and the JUCO guys are, not have the exposure that they need, and now they're going to get it. And if we can get just one of those guys in, we did our job.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Caleb Hernandez is now the batter. We got a new pinch runner here in the likes of number 11. We'll get to that in a minute, but there's a man on first and 1 out. Top of the 7th. Now it's a 6-3 ball game. Giancarlo Guzman Garcia is the new pitcher. He came in for Nava, who was very effective, who came in for the starter, John Perez, who was very, very effective. And the Birds just opened it up here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, pinch running there is 2027. Brian Ravello, center field, right-handed pitcher for Doral. 6'3", 180 pounds.
So Ravello's the runner. He's on first base. There's a good look at him. The new batter is Caleb Hernandez. There's a peek of him. Give everybody their airtime. It's 1 out and a 3-0 count. Taken for a strike. Count full.
And I don't know if I'm reading this right now, but Caleb's a 2028 middle infielder, 6 feet, 150 pounds. Can you imagine this guy's in 8th grade?
And there he goes. That ball's hit grounder back to the pitcher. Comes over to first for the 2nd out of the inning. Ravello's on second base. There's 2 outs. Giancarlo trying to limit the damage here. He gave up 3 runs in the top of the 7th, so it's 6-3 in favor of the visiting team.
Righty-lefty matchup, Ravello advantage here.
Looked at inside. Rubalcaba showing some patience for a sophomore, laying off that pitch.
Well, setting himself up nightly. 2-0 pitch. Sure, he was thinking aggressively, but it was down and away, or down and inside.
Hitters count here. Top of the 7th. The game just not out of hand, but I mean, it's 6-3. They have a reliever working in the bullpen. There goes the runner. The batter gets hit, Rubalcaba. We're going to have Firebirds in the corners. 2 outs. Giancarlo trying to get out of this one. That one's popped up to first base. So the Firebirds leave 2. They get none. They get 3. The score is 6-3. We head to the bottom of the 7th, and you're watching FSPN from San Brendan's Field. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We're at a 6-3 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning, and the home team is coming up for the last time, and it's the San Brendan Sabres. They're going to send up the top of the lineup, 1, 2, and 3. Alvarez takes a strike, so they scored. The Firebirds first scored 3 in the 3rd. In the bottom of the 3rd, San Brendan scored 3, and now in the 7th inning, they scored 3 again.
We got threes across the board here. Hopefully St. Brendan's going to put 3 up on the board, and we got ourselves an extra inning game.
You're right. I mean, if that's the pattern, it's 3, 3, 3, 3. We should expect a quick 3 right here. Somebody tell the Sabres. They're still facing Tamargo. He's been on the mound the last 3 innings. There's a good look at the leadoff, your shortstop. And he hits a rope over to Kobe Carrion in the air for an out. Wow. Something started here in the bottom of the 7th in a 6-3 game for his home team, but he takes a strike from Tamargo.
And you know what to say, it's not over till it's over, but you got to give St. Brendan Sabres a lot of credit here. This is going to be definitely a great builder and motivator towards the rest of the season, and this might end up being a tough loss, but they were in it to the last second here.
There's a ground ball right back to the mound, and it's bobbled a little bit. Hernandez, Tamargo throws it away. Now he's going to stay on first.
He's been able to handle the Sabres here, cooled off those bats.
He's been pretty effective. They haven't scored any runs on him. There's a line drive. It's going to go under the shortstop's glove. Wait a minute. Things are going to get interesting. Here's one across the board.
You're not going to see that often from Carrion. I think he just maybe a little bit excited last play of the game, and he came up a little bit on that ball and just skipped on him underneath his glove. Well, the guy we've been talking about all game, Perez, pitcher and now third base. What a time in the game to be up.
Wow. Wouldn't that be something, huh?
Quickly down 0-2.
Another foul ball. We're going to do the 2-2 all over again.
He keeps battling, keeping his team alive here.
Well, there's a little squibbler up the middle. Carrion with another chance. He gets it, and he throws that one away. Back-to-back errors. Here's the throw to third, and that one gets away. And they're going to hold him there. Good job by Robles. I'll tell you, that was some good coaching there by George Robles.
Yeah, that one's not going to win you the game, and it's not going to tie the game for you. Now we got men on second and third with 2 outs, and just what we had cooking. Look what we cooked up tonight.
Oh,
a barn
boy.
burner.
Oh, boy. We got a meeting on the mound. Back-to-back E6s.
Now batting for the Sabres, number 11, Alan Perez.
Ralph Suarez started to make himself out to the mound there, and somebody signaled something and held him from going out there.
So Nava scored.
Well,
yeah, they got to pull him now because I think didn't the pitching coach come out and talk to him earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens here. Stick around. Yeah, he makes a move to the bullpen. We're going to have a new Firebird pitcher. Stay with us. You're watching FSPN. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back to Sabre Field, where we have a 6-4 ball game, 2 outs. Sabres on second and third. The new pitcher is Perez. And a swing and a miss by Giancarlo. Alan Perez is the pinch hitter now. And there's 1 strike to him. And they're saying he did go around. Runners on back-to-back errors, something we haven't seen in a long time. Kobe Carrion makes a couple errors, one of them a throwing error. The other one I got to give it to him was a tough play, but Perez is the new pitcher. Matthew Perez. There's a good look at Matthew. Here's the 0-2, one strike away from everything, and that one's up high. Count goes to 1-2. Wow, a little excitement here, man. I mean, and it's still not over, you know.
Well, fans are getting their money's worth.
Matthew from the stretch. And there's call strike 3, but he gets away from the picture. They'll throw down for a formality, and that's your ball game, folks. 6-4 in favor of the visiting team, the Firebirds. It's been my absolute pleasure to bring you this game. Henry, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow at Firebird Field, where it's the Southridge Spartans. Mo and the guys are coming up to Doral to face these very Spartans. Remember to follow us, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll keep bringing you this content that's been needed, Henry. We haven't had any of this in a long time.
Absolutely. And then once again, thank you for having me, and continue to do the great work that you're doing for South Florida and all the youth baseball, high school baseball here in Dade County. And wish you best of luck, and hopefully I'll be able to join you again soon.
I hope you will. All right, folks, remember to watch our Sunday show. And that's a recap show that we have every Sunday. It's called Inside the Park, when me and Chappie go over all the scores and the highlights from the previous week. And we'll have a Sunday show. This Sunday we're going to be in Key West, because we're going to do the Key West game between Miami Christian and Key West. But the story here was the Firebirds coming up late and scoring 3 runs. And we're going to see these same Firebirds tomorrow against the scrappy Spartans. This is Uncle Mug saying so long from San Brendan's Field, and thanks for joining us.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to Sabre Field, where we have a 6-4 ball game, 2 outs. Sabres on second and third. The new pitcher is Perez. And a swing and a miss by Giancarlo. Perez is the new pitcher. Matthew Perez. There's a good look at Matthew. Here's the 0-2, one strike away from everything, and that one's up high. Count goes to 1-2. Wow, a little excitement here, man. I mean, and it's still not over, you know.
Well, fans are getting their money's worth.
Matthew from the stretch. And there's call strike 3, but he gets away from the picture. They'll throw down for a formality, and that's your ball game, folks. 6-4 in favor of the visiting team, the Firebirds. It's been my absolute pleasure to bring you this game. Henry, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow at Firebird Field, where it's the Southridge Spartans. Mo and the guys are coming up to Doral to face these very Spartans. Remember to follow us, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll keep bringing you this content that's been needed, Henry. We haven't had any of this in a long time.
Absolutely. And then once again, thank you for having me, and continue to do the great work that you're doing for South Florida and all the youth baseball, high school baseball here in Dade County. And wish you best of luck, and hopefully I'll be able to join you again soon.
I hope you will. All right, folks, remember to watch our Sunday show. And that's a recap show that we have every Sunday. It's called Inside the Park, when me and Chappie go over all the scores and the highlights from the previous week. And we'll have a Sunday show. This Sunday we're going to be in Key West, because we're going to do the Key West game between Miami Christian and Key West. But the story here was the Firebirds coming up late and scoring 3 runs. And we're going to see these same Firebirds tomorrow against the scrappy Spartans. This is Uncle Mug saying so long from San Brendan's Field, and thanks for joining us.